cutting up the potatoes. I've cut them thin and I've layered them in the pan, and I have some extras because I'm going to do 2 layers. Melting about a half a stick of butter. Adding a cup of flour. I ended up putting a whole stick of butter so that I could add some Parmesan cheese. Time to add the milk. I'm adding about a cup. Adding Celtic salt. That's probably about a tablespoon. And then I'm also adding some chili powder or cayenne pepper. Just a little. And then I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese. Probably about a half a cup. This is what it looks like with the Parmesan cheese. And now I'm going to whisk it together pretty. So I'm going to add my sharp cheddar cheese, about a cup. That's what the first layer looks like. Okay, now it's ready to put in the oven. I have preheated to 350 degrees. And I'm going to watch it bake. I'm going to check it in about 12 minutes and make sure that the top is golden brown. After about 15 minutes, it's still needing to cook some.
You get the bottom of the pan full if you get this thing to work. That back over out of the way. We've got just a maybe a half a.
All right.
Maybe about a half. No brainer. You gotta have fried squash. Cut myself here on camera. All right. A bunch of it. Stick it in there. Just coat it. You're gonna get your fingers all coated with. When you get ready to put them in the oil, that makes part of the fun. As you can see, you can pick one up out of here with the fork, separate them. Them two are stuck together. You want it kind of just thin layer coating, nothing super fancy. You can see it's running off, but when you stick that in that oil, you want it to run off just a little bit because you want to put every piece of squash where they touch one another and the batter is touching too. Right away when you get ready to flip it, it makes it much easier to flip all that whole pan worth at one time. Or at least that's my easy way of thinking of it. Let's see if it's got enough heat. Nope, not yet. So we're gonna wait on the oil. I put 2 or 3 drops of batter in there and it's starting to fry, so we're about ready to put some of this in here. Take my fork out and set it on the stove. And the key is to start over on the opposite side and make sure they touch. Don't stick your fingers in the grease because it's a little warm. As you can see that batter, how it dripped off there and it made a little seal between those two. That's kind of what you really want. Makes it easier to flip. You want it just a little runny but not too runny. See, the oil's not too thick, because I can stick my finger to the top of that squash and keep that squash from, or keep my fingers from burning. It's just enough to cook the bottom side of the squash, and then you're going to flip it and cook it on the other side of that squash. And if you're not making sure you get enough, like all this here is attached, get your fingers in there and just drizzle a little in there and make them all stick together. That'll make it work too. If your batter's not quite ready, then you can add a little more flour, but once you get the hang of this, it ain't no thing. It just is what it is. Or you can lay them on top of one another, just the edges. I prefer to have the batter do the work, that way you get more crunch. That one's completely submerged because my oil's getting thick. It's all over. I'm going to put some bits here and there with my fingers so they'll stick together. As you can see, the batter is all the way touching. Here, rinse off my fingers. Load up some more squashes.
How will you know when to turn the squash?
Well, you will see the battery start getting brown on the edges. Actually, I need to turn the burner down just a fraction, not much, because it's going pretty good. I do need to get a paper plate ready. Had a mishap, had switched pans, made a little bit of a boo-boo. Nothing works like normal. See how easy that was? All that breading around the edges, and we're sticking them close together. Got them to stay in one piece and cook the whole pan at one time. Cook a little bit on the other side. These are a little bit better, they're a little browner. About like I like them. Them should have been cooked a little bit longer, which I can flip them over again if I need to. But that's pretty much it. Once you get them cooked, drain them a little bit, put them on your paper towel, salt them. And the problem is to keep your fingers out of them before you are ready to eat them. They're always better hot out of the pan. That's it.
Cut up some fresh tomato that we got from Dennis Brown there at the little store there in White Oak. The vegetable stand. Yummy. Alright, this is what it looks like. Supper tonight. The face I get to see while I'm eating. Hey guys, this is Mary from MV Ranch, and this is what we've been doing this summer for relaxation and just having a little bit of fun and trying to get outside in the evening when it's a little bit cooler, not a lot cooler, but and it does help me kind of exercise my knee a little bit, which I've been wanting to do. And I got a good report from the doctor Monday, and he's telling me that everything's looking really good. I found out that this ACL repair surgery is usually done on people that are 35 years and younger, so I'm well over 35 years old. So it's really important for me to exercise and keep going and moving. So that's what I'm trying to do. And we had our Christmas in July with our kids, and axe throwing is what we did for something fun, and I had a good time. I really enjoy when our kids are home. So we did enjoy the scalloped potatoes with the Ritz on top. I think if I was doing that again, I would probably leave the Ritz crackers and the butter off the top and just let it be cheesy, because it didn't. That experiment didn't work. I'm still, even though I'm over 35, I'm still experimenting with foods and trying to kind of perfect things that I like. So I love scalloped potatoes, and maybe that just can't be perfected upon, but I like to try new things, and that's how you kind of make recipes your own, is when you are not afraid to add or take away some things that other people have put in it. So when you saw how Mike did his fried squash, we love his fried squash. He learned that from his mother, and she taught him how to do that, and so he's shared it with you, and I'm very thankful that he was willing to do that. So we enjoyed our summertime meal. It has been extremely hot this summer. You can kind of tell how brown the grass is behind me. When we got in the vehicle to go to my physical therapy today, the truck was 108 degrees on the inside, and we only traveled about 10 minutes, and in 10 minutes time it had only gone down to 100 degrees. So the temperature outside was about 100 degrees, feel like at least 108. So you can tell why we have basically been on the inside of our home trying to stay hydrated, and we really just don't feel like doing a whole lot when it's this hot. We may come outside and wash a car or vacuum out a car or something like that and get a little bit of chores done. Anything that, just you got to feel like you can accomplish something in a day and have a little bit of progress. So that's what we're doing. We are, like a bit of bug. Anyway, our house build is kind of not pushed back, but we didn't want to start something with it being this hot. When we did make an appointment to talk to someone that we really do want to build our home, Mike and I had been exposed to someone that had COVID, so we didn't want to pass that around if we had it, and we are so thankful that we did not get COVID from them. I'm so sorry for the ones that have it right now, though. I'm hearing news of others in the area in southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas that are really struggling with this new strain of COVID. It seems to be very contagious. It doesn't take a whole lot for it to be passed on. It doesn't seem to be as strenuous as the very first round, and that was very scary. Not that it's not scary right now, but I just, after you've had it once or twice, you certainly don't want it anymore. So that's one reason why we kind of just stayed away from others that are in the workforce right now. And we're doing fine. We're going to go back to it. The next big feat is the well and getting our water situation resolved. We want to have a working well, a good one, so that we can water our garden and have water for the house and the shop also. And then we're going to have to work on the foundation of the house. Since we decided not to build the shop house, now we have to concentrate on the actual house place and figure out what we're going to do with it. And I think we've pretty well made up our mind what we're going to do, and y'all are going to love it. It's going to be amazing when we start getting it going. It's going to remind some of my family of the house that used to be on the site, because we're taking some of the same elements from the 2-story house and putting it in our home. And that's really all I want to say about that right now, because I don't want to ruin anything or tell you something that doesn't happen, because that seems to be the thing with building a house right now with prices and things like that. You really don't want to make any promises on anything, because you don't know if that material's going to be there or if it's going to get done in the time frame that you thought it would. So we enjoy talking to you guys, and we really enjoy being out and about on at our place right now, and we're very grateful to the ones that are letting us stay here. So we hope and pray that you all are safe, that you're staying cool this summer, that you are happy and content, and may God bless you. Please hit the like and the share button so that we can continue making the videos. And the reason why we're doing these videos is basically our journal. We're journaling the process of moving from the flatlands to the foothills, and it is a process. So we're taking you along for the ride. So we hope that you guys are doing great, and we love you. Bye bye.